On today's show, we're going to be talking about Atari's IP list, and it's pretty big. We got two reviews for you coming today. Atari VCS, a new game. Atari OS update coming was supposed to come last week, but hopefully it'll come next week. And retro consoles and FPGA stuff. Now it's time for the weekend report. Hi everyone, welcome to Dadisajoke. This is episode, or what are we at? Episode 52, 53, something like that. I'm always feeling, never prepared. Yeah, 53. And we got lots and lots of stuff for you today, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So first off, let's see here. Atari just released their what's it called? Atari just released their IP list of everything they own, which is very exciting. So now we actually know what they own and what games can possibly come out of it. So it's really interesting. Like there's a huge list here initially. For instance, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, A Game of Concentration, Adventure, Agent X, Air Sea Battle, Days of Doom, Crystal Castles, Combat. So if you look through this list, it can give you a pretty good idea of what we could see in the future from Atari, either in a recharge game or an offshoot of the game, what have you, which would be very cool. And there's some stuff here that I haven't even realized, like Cloud 9. What the hell is that? Goon Squad. If you know what all these are, let me know in the comments, please. Kung Food. But there's quite a bit of stuff here, and it's very, very interesting. It's funny how they have what's it called? Basic programming is on here. Remember that? Okay. Major Havoc. Cool. That I want to see a recharge game. I don't care what Atari does. Major Havoc needs a recharging. Big time. And I can see it being like an awesome game. Miniature Golf. Monte Carlo. Quad Run. Quantum. Quiz Show. Radar Lock. Space Duel. Stellar Track. Oh, wait. Where's... Skydiver, Smokey Joe, Solaris. Solaris definitely needs a recharging on that game. It's such a wonderful game. It's actually an awesome game. I mean, a lot of people agree with me that this game is like absolutely amazing. So it's like a must. Let's see here. IP various publishers, Digital Eclipse. There's a whole bunch of games. Dark Cavern, Death Jr., Night Stalker. Then Night Dive Studios has Forsaken, Metal Fatigue, System Shock. Now, a lot of people will complain. Well, these games are not, especially the stuff from Night Dive. Well, they're not for the Atari VCS or the Atari systems. It doesn't matter, guys. It's getting the Atari name not just to Atari people, but to everybody else, to the new generation, to the slightly older generation, to our gray-haired generation that I'm talking to usually. So that's important. So as a company, it needs to expand and move things. Multi-platform releases is totally important. That's the thing. You got to realize that a company has to make money before it can start doing specialized stuff for us old folks. So there's GT Interactive, Micropose. That one I'm really, really excited about because as a kid, I kind of, after the Atari 2600, I kind of skipped the Nintendo and all that scene. I had a PC at home and it did a lot of PC gaming. So for instance, like F-117 Stealth Fighter, was one of my favorite games. I played the crap out of it. I don't know how many times I used to play it, but it was just amazing. So Dogfight, 80 Years of Aerial Combat. Like Microprose had one of the best simulation games, and to see that come about again is really really cool. I'm really excited about that. Info games, other games there. Uh, Bubble Ghost, Dragon View. There's tons of stuff here. Stern Electronics, Armored Car, Atomic Castle, Berserk. Remember Berserk? They did some really good stuff on Berserk. Frenzy. Let's see. Minefield, Moon War, and Rescue. Yeah, so there's a ton of stuff that Atari can do. Like with all the stuff that they own, it's amazing. There's also Accolade. Accolade made some great ball, like Hardball by Accolade was one of the best baseball games out there back then. M Network, all the M Network games, Air Raiders. I would like to see that. Air Raiders for me was a kind of a disappointment. Being a simulator guy, it was close, but it didn't click with me. But anyway, that's a different story. Dark Cavern, Fox and Fly, Sea Battle, Space Attack, Star Strike, Super Challenge Baseball, Super Challenge Football, Flapper, Monkey Business Locomotion, Minor 49er, Starhawk, Stunt Driver, great game. And all that. I don't know what else. I'm boring everybody to death right now. And then all the Atari IP by Intellivision. And there's a ton of shit here. There's a lot of stuff here. So, and then all the hardware, which we all know about. So I mean, this is amazing. This is really cool, and it's really good to see that Atari has gained all this IP and will be doing stuff with it, which is exciting. I mean, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Okay, so let's see here. The Atari OS update was supposed to come last week, but supposedly the people who were supposed to press the go button for it, weren't around. They were at one of the trade shows, so hopefully it'll happen this week, and just see what's going on there and what kind of improvements we're going to be getting. There's a list on the Atari Discord, I think, of the stuff that's being fixed or done. There's a discussion about that. Don't quote me on that, but you can check it out yourself. Let's see here. The Atari VCS released a new game, and I believe it was called Tiny Hands, which is what's it called? A baby T-Rex looking for longer arms. Cute little story. Haven't downloaded it yet, but I will probably take a look at it and see what it's all about, and we'll go from there. It looks interesting. Also, FPGA Retro Gaming. Okay, I haven't been really following this, but I ran into some articles and fuck me. This is hilarious. The FPGA team, or people who are creating FPGAs to be able to play original games, what they're doing is they're getting motherboards of the original games and grabbing the code off of them and creating an FPGA for it. And the arguing and it's just, oh my god, it's a mess. There's multiple gatekeepers. One, people are yelling at each other. One guy's accusing of just making money off Patreon or whatever it's called, and Patreon, sorry. And he's taking the money, not really doing work with it, but he's biting back saying, I am doing it. Just a complete and utter fucking mess. This is what happens when too much passion for anything gets dropped in and it gets all fucked up. If people would just pull back the reins, calm down and relax, work will be able to get done instead of having people arguing about it online. Come on, people. You got it. If you're doing something this important in the realm of retro gaming, don't fuck around. Just get the work done. Who cares how it gets done? As long as it's getting done. And as long as people are working on it, and then people are willing to pay for it, just relax. We're grown ups, for crying out loud. Some of us, not me. Oh yeah. Okay, here I bumped into an article. Okay, retro consoles you won't believe are still getting new games. Okay, great little article, except they mentioned Sega Dreamcast, the NES. What's next? The NES, the Sega Genesis or / Mega Drive, the Super NES, the PlayStation or PlayStation 1. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. I'm at the end of the article. Where's Atari? Really? They miss out Atari. Atari has been doing fabulous work. It's not just new games, it's new everything, new hardware, new stuff. And they weren't even mentioned in this article. And this article was by How to Geek, which is actually pretty good publication. Nothing talked about Atari. No, nothing. Like, fine, I understand the other systems, but Atari's doing actual work on their stuff. 2600 plus, 7800 plus, new cartridges, new games for the Atari VCS. I mean, new games, period. Oh, God, this is so frustrating. Like, why don't they do that? It's stupid. I hate it. It's like, come on, guys, do your homework. I mean, some of these, honestly, it's just either young kids or somebody who's in their late 30s, 40s, who thinks they know retro, but they don't go back far enough. They forget all that stuff, which is where it all started. Atari started it all, and in 2024, they're continuing it. That's a mind blower. That should be an article all on its own. Anyway, we'll get back to that some other time. Okay, last but not least, I want to review 2 games. Now, on the Atari VCS, I haven't had a lot of time when I was sick to play just because I was in so much pain I couldn't move around and do anything. But now when I'm a little better, and now that I got back from my little week off to hang out with some friends, I decided to play the new Yars Rising. Very cool game. Absolutely cool game. Now, the thing, so I played Yars Rising and I also played Lunar Lander Beyond. Now, the one cool thing, well, not so much cool thing, I don't know if this is my style or not, but both games have an anime style graphics and storyline to it, which is cool. I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But the thing is, that's the thing that everybody's doing now. That's what the kids want. So that's what you got to balance, right? You got to balance what the old people want, and then you got to balance what new customers would be expecting, right? And that's the thing. And I think they've done that right because it has that new, art style to it, but also the gameplay is very familiar and very easy to play, actually. So let's start off with Yars Rising. What a little great game. Just started playing it. I think I'm in a few levels in, and I will be doing not a playthrough, but sort of a video about me playing it and stuff like that, so you can actually see it. I'll link this to that video when I create it. And what I like about it is it's a platformer. It's a platform game with the story behind it. You go around, collect different things, collect weapons, upgrade yourself. I really enjoy the part where you part of the story where you have to go and hack the main system. When you get to a terminal, you actually play a variation of Yard's Revenge using the old Atari 2600 graphics, which is very cool. And also, it's nice that they actually added I'm Stupid mode. So when you're trying to figure out the puzzle to hack the computer, it realizes that you failed several times. It says, "Oh, would you like to go into invincibility mode?" It's like, yes, because I'm old and stupid, and it allows you to move on. And it's cool how you can move around, sneak around. It reminds me, I'm not 100%, but it reminds me of Pitfall 2. It has that charm. It has it's being like sort of a prequel to Yar's Revenge. Hopefully at the end of the game, the story concludes and we get a new idea what's going on, which is really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, the Pitfall 2 feel, the climbing, the jumping. I mean, Pitfall 2 didn't have weapons. It wasn't a sci-fi story. It doesn't matter. It had that charm behind it, and the characters in it are I wouldn't say lovable. Are they tolerable? Somewhere in between that. But once you get into it, it's a fantastic little game. Sneaking around, jumping around. Now she can shoot, what Yar can shoot out of her hand, some weapons, so at least you can clear out rooms a little bit quicker. There's a lot of stealth action. Some of the robots you can't shoot, and you got to sort of hide and move around. It's really, really cool, and I enjoy it. If you're using an Atari VCS, PS5, PS4, the Switch, Xbox, by all means, if you want to try something new and something fun and something retro new, pick up yours Rising. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Okay, next game. Coffee time. Lunar Lander Beyond. Wow. Did this game cause a lot of kerfuffle before it came out? It was announced that it would be on every platform except the Atari VCS, and the community went absolutely bonkers. Eventually, I guess Atari realized, you know what, we got to have a version for it for the Atari VCS. So they did, and I'm glad they did because again, they're going back to the anime art style for the game, which again, you know how I feel about that. And what they did was add a story to it. Because the original Lunar Lander was like, I'm about to land on moon. Oh, I landed. Oh, I'm out of gas. Boom. And that was the end of the game. Anyway, but this time there's a story behind it, and you gotta follow the story, and you got to go rescue people. I think I'm on level 5 right now on that one. Again, slowly building up to the game, but it's actually very cool. I like how you can go and collect fuel. You're blowing fuel as you're going along, controlling your ship, and it's actually not easy. And I like one of the early power-ups that you get, the stabilizer, where it shoots out, I don't know, something out of the sides and stabilizes it so you're not coming down in a big mess. You can stabilize and then drop your ship down and land, which is very cool. And I just unlocked the turbo, so it gets you through the level quicker. The problem I have with the game, it's my problem. I get a little bit too greedy, and I want to collect all the little, fuel and the money that you collect. And the thing is, you're wasting time because it is time. So you get bonuses for coming in under time. So the game is very challenging, and it has that true feel of Lunar Lander, but in a modern sense. You are landing a spaceship. It's not the Limb from 1969 when it landed on the moon, right? And it's not vector graphics. This time there's cities, there's a story behind it. You got to go rescue people. You got to go through different parts of whatever planet you're on with jagged edges and stuff. And it's really, really cool. And I really like it. So it's like Lunar Lander with a story behind it, new and improved. And, it's pretty exciting. And it's great when you get to land. Also, there's a new feature that I noticed that when it was introduced in the next level. Your pilots not only collect XP, but they also, by you playing the game, they collect stress. So you have to be able to de-stress your pilot. Now, what happens in the game when the stress goes high? Will it be harder to control? Will it be whatever? That's the thing. I'm looking forward to that. That's something that's like, okay, now this guy's getting stressed. What's going to happen to the ship? How am I going to control it? How am I going to land it? How am I going to rescue this guy? So the game pulls you in, and it's very, very cool, and I really like it. It's awesome. The art style is great. The missions are not super, or not the the missions are not super long. They're just right, and it's really cool. And it's another game I'm excited to find out what the story leads to. So before, like especially with the recharge games, the allure is getting the high score. Now these games, the allure is completing the story and seeing what it's all about. And if the story's done well enough, it keeps you coming back and playing. And that's what I'm really enjoying about this. Anyways, that's it for the reviews, folks. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Hopefully there'll be more stuff to report next week. And I'm Dadisajoke. Remember to stop by, comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we'll go from there. Take care, everybody, and have a good weekend. Bye now.